This tutorial will walk you through the Lynx banner assignment for the creating of the background and only the steps 2 through 7. I'm assuming at this point that you have done here step number 1. If not, you'll need to pause the video, get step number 1 done, and then come back to this video. So we're going to be starting up the Photoshop program. Again, pause the video if you need more time to do any of these steps. And then we're going to create a file according to these specifications. So here is the Photoshop program, and yours might look a little bit different than mine. Up here in the top left-hand corner, you should find where it says New File. Now, I would like you to go across the top here where it says Photo, okay? And we need the size of an 8x4 file, and none of these match that size. So we're just going to take the default Photoshop size, and over here on the right hand side we'll change that width to 8 inches. We'll change that height to 4 inches, and then we want a landscape paper. So that would be this under orientation. This is portrait, this is landscape. So you want that landscape option, and then just skip all this stuff down here and click on create. So here you have just your white piece of paper that you want to work with, okay? So we're going to save it next, number 4, and then we'll change the color of the background paper, and I'll show you a couple of ways to do step number 5. So we're just going to go up here to the File menu and do Save As, and you should have your Photoshop folder that you can put this in. Remember, if this comes up to save on your computer every single time, you just got to keep clicking on your computer. I'm already in my Lynx banner folder, but if you need to find it, you have to navigate through Documents. And if you need to make the folder, again, that was part of step number 1. And the file name up here is just going to be called Lynx Banner, and leave that .psd extension, and then you can click Save. And then Command S is what you can use moving forward. So then we have to change the color of the background paper, and you can take time to read through all this. I'm just going to do a quick show you how to do a solid background, and then I'll show you how to do the gradient background. So down here at the bottom of your tools, you'll have 2 color swatches. Not sure what colors yours are. They could be black and white like that, or they could be different colors. We actually want to click on the black one, and that will bring up your color picker for what we call the foreground color. This rainbow of colors here in the middle, you start by moving your white triangles up into the color where you want your background color to be. And again, you'll have to read the directions. You have some limitations as to what you can and cannot use. So I'm going to say that I want a single color background of red. So that's my red that I want to use. I'm going to click OK. And then I need to do one more step. Over here in your toolbox, come down about halfway, and you'll probably see this gradient tool. And that's actually not the tool we want, but if you right-click it, you will find the paint bucket tool. And now when you click, you'll get the color red that you want for your background. So again, according to the directions, having a solid black, gray, or red background would be acceptable. If you would like a gradient, step D there, then what you do is you pick your first color the way that you wanted it, and then you choose by clicking on the other color swatch. So I'm going to click on the white one. You pick another color. Now I'm just going to leave this in this right here, this little white triangle there. I want a gray, and they're going to be found over here on the left-hand side, and I like that gray right there. So I'm going to click OK, and now you'll see that I have the 2 colors that I want for my gradient. Now I'm going to go back to my paint bucket tool, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose the gradient tool. Now there's a variety of ways to apply the gradient to your paper. Start by just coming up to the top center-ish area of your document, draw a line towards the bottom, and you'll see that it gets the gradient to be applied. It's red at the top, and then it kind of fades and bleeds into the gray. If I draw that from the left edge of the paper to the right edge, then my gradient will go from the left to the right, the red, and then it goes into the gray. I can draw that from corner to corner, or I can draw a short line. And depending on where you draw your line and how long you draw it, like make it long to make it look more faded, draw it short to make it look very like a severe cutoff from where one is to the other. I don't like that severe look, so I'm going to go for more of a longer line, and that's the gradient that I want for my background. Now remember, you don't have to have a gradient. You can do a solid color. So when you get that done, you just need to save it, and because we've already saved it once, we can just do Command S moving forward. And moving forward, you save whenever you want. Okay? And so we're going to come back to Photoshop, and I'm going to do Command S. I need to leave this file open. It's going to say lynxbanner.psd. I actually just need to leave that file open so that when I do the next step of the project, I'm going to be able to use this background.